Hey everybody, and welcome along to this week's edition of the Irish Golfer Podcast. Peter Finnan here, and joined as always by Ronan McNamara.
How are things?
The Dubs are gone.
They're gone.
They're gone.
I was wondering why it's just a bit brighter today in the office.
A little bit brighter. Well, the Dubs are gone, but Archie Gray is gone as well, so there's a bit of a damper in that for me as a Leeds fan. But no, what a weekend to be alive. What a weekend of sport. It was just wall to wall. I know you were busy out and about at... Where were you this week? You were...
I wasn't at Taylor Swift anyway. I'm not a Swiftie.
Taylor Swift. Did you hear that, actually, the commentary from the Galway lads?
Yeah.
It's great. Get over from the Aviva. The West is awake. Galway a boo. Some boys. But no, it was some weekend of sport. And golf, taking all the right headlines again. You know, it was... I know you spent a lot of your week last week over in Portmarnock at the Women's Am. That seemed a savage setup.
It was brilliant. Brilliant week. And it's great to have 7 Irish get through the qualifier and generate a bit of interest from the locals, and obviously get Anna Foster to the quarterfinal. It wasn't meant to be, but the crowd that followed her was absolutely massive. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. We'll get stuck into that, a bit of a deep dive in that in a minute. But before we kick on... This podcast over the last month or two is sponsored by Cleveland Shrixon. So Shrixon have designed a new Q-Star Tour and Q-Star Tour Divide golf balls to give moderate swing speeds golfers a tour level ball option that delivers maximum green spin, more distance and more control. To find your nearest stockist, go to your local Shrixon dealer. You can locate them at eu.dunlopsports.com/Shrixon. As trusted by Shane Lowry. I'm a good 83-3-3 man.
Yeah, you were saying that a few weeks ago. No, it's not a good winter ball.
Good winter
ball. No, I'm a Z-Star Diamond man myself. You know, the good little in-between ball, good stuff. But no, they do. They've balls to suit every level of player at Shrixon. So do check them out. Where do we start with all of the coverage this week? Like, you kind of have to... I suppose the DP World Tour, we nearly had a win. Tom McKibbin, this was crazy. I know you watched this.
Yeah,
because we were on. It was just mad. It was bonkers to see how close he got, considering how far away he was. I was just counting up before we went on air. 34 players teed off after Tom McKibbin teed off in his final round. That's half the field.
Yeah, it was just mad. The quality was so bad, but the entertainment value was so good. You couldn't take your eyes off it. It was pure Piers Purcell stuff coming down the stretch.
But it was but Marcel Siem, to break it down, Marcel Siem did everything right in the front nine and got himself, I think he turned in 3 under par on the day, and then just totally hit the cabbage button. And
so did Rosner.
Rosner more so. Rosner shot 64 something the day before. 62, did he?
Bogey, yeah, he was with Tom McKibbin in the 3rd round. The two of them made the cut in the number, and the two of them ended up going head to head almost for the title. But the bogey Rosner made on 16 was just one of the worst you'll ever see in your entire life.
Yeah, I'd have to say, if he didn't win it, Marcel Siem as well. The bogey made on 17 on that par 3 when he went short sided left, but then he hit the you say, an awful it was a Piers Purcell job.
Yeah, honestly, any club amateur is going for the big flop and just shuts the club face in the last minute. We've all done it. That's exactly what it was.
And he just gunned it across, and then but it was some birdie in regulation on the last.
I knew he'd get that put because it's Marcel Siem. That's just what he does. Yeah, it's just pure box office entertainment value.
You have to tip your hat to him as
well. He always produces a big moment after a disaster.
Yeah, no, it was, but it was. Not to focus too much on Siem, it's an unbelievable achievement by him at his age, only back after surgery. I think it's his 5th event back post surgery. So he didn't know what he was coming back to, and this is a man that was written off.
He was off the
season
tour
before last, off the tour. Yeah, got back on, won last year, rags to riches story, and then comes and backs it up, gets a sniff this time, and does what he did on that. It just goes to show, it just, the pressure of this. I know you're saying the golf was shocking on the back nine, and they fell back in, but it's just the pressure of consequence on the line and what it means to these lads to get a DP World, a European Tour win, and the pressure of knowing how valuable it is to get off this tour and get onto the PGA Tour really shows when these lads are up near the top of leaderboards.
Yeah, and like especially for someone like Siem, like anyone who watches the DP World Tour will be familiar with Siem over the last 15 years or so. He wears absolutely everything on his sleeve, never mind the heart. And to be fair to him, like he's had some rise since 2021. He played in the Challenge Tour that year. I think he won France the week before the Open, played the Open, kind of made a name for himself again, and he just carried on. Like won last year, won obviously on Sunday. And yeah, it's great to see. He's a great character. He's actually, like, even though we all kind of go in on the DP World Tour with a bit of criticism here and there, there's no real big names anymore. Siem is one of them. Like, he's one of the real big characters.
He's a stalwart of the tour, yeah.
He's someone you definitely would watch because he's entertainment value, whether it's going well or whether it's going badly.
I'd love to see, like, it's his day. The ship has sailed and it's too far. I would have loved to see someone like Siem on a Ryder Cup team. Imagine how he'd wind up the Americans. Like, he's just a pure. Even when he hit the it's the side I didn't like on the playoff hole. When he hit the approach in and he starts celebrating, you just go,
yeah, I hated him then.
Get back in your box, will you? You're playing a young lad. You're playing a nipper 20 years younger than you, But no, Tom McKibbin, absolutely, like, these Sunday 65s, like, we're saying how shit the golf was. Lads just calving, going backwards. This is now, he's making a habit of, like, going deep under par on Sundays when everyone else is stalling or going backwards. Like, Sunday 65s are better than Thursday 65s in the heat of the moment.
Back-to-back Sunday 65s for back-to-back top 10 finishes. And look where it's got him.
Yeah.
He's in the Open now. He's 8th in the race to Dubai. Like, this chase for a PGA Tour card is absolutely 100% on.
Yeah.
Into the top 100 in the world. Like, it's a couple of weeks that has just seen him move up a level in his career. Like, once you crack that top 100, you do feel like you're getting pretty close to the big time. Back-to-back major championships now as well. Like, he's just gone up another level. Even though he won last year, I think he only won other top 10 outside of that. He's a much better player this year than he was last year, even though he hasn't won. He's just taken that consistency up to a whole new level. Those top 25s, they're top 10s now, 6 in his last 10 starts.
Yeah. No, it is. And all of this on the back of, we're talking about golf ball at the start and the importance of a golf ball, but all of this on the back of a major equipment change over the off season. Like, he moved from TaylorMade to Callaway. He's a full new bag of gear, brand new golf ball in play this year as well. So, like, it just goes to show, like talent out trumps everything.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because we've seen over the years players switch clubs, switch manufacturer, and you always see the commentators mentioning, he's going through a bit of a equipment change. It could take him a while. For Tom, it was just straight off the bat. Here you go, no bother. I think he missed one cut this year when he was ill in Singapore as well.
Yeah,
like, remarkable stuff.
No, it's crazy. Speaking of out trumping things, did you watch that presidential debate?
Yeah.
Poor old Joe Biden thinks he plays off 6. I don't know where to go. Like, there's just the pair of them. Like, it is crazy.
It was embarrassing.
Watching them fighting over golf I just thought that was funny. It's like someone just needs to plug America out and plug it back in again and hit the reset button on it. I don't know what's going on over there, but no, McKibbin just really, he's so impressive with how he's gone about things. And just like, he had finished, I was texting his dad, I was telling you this last night, so like, he's in off the course, there's still 30 lads to finish, and he's 2 shots.
McNeely's gone.
Yeah, that's it.
McNeely's packed up.
His dad would, like, headed off that morning to watch the Tour de France, and he got the last 5 holes of his round in, followed him around. He's gone to watch the cycling because Robin's big into his cycling. And I'm saying, great week. Hopefully that's enough now to secure his open spot. Give him a day off, because tomorrow, Tuesday, this pod's out Monday, is final open qualifying, and Tom was listed down for that. So it was like just a relentless run of events he has had, chopping and changing from playing the US Open, playing the DP World Tour, like, straight away afterwards. One of very few players that actually came from Pinehurst straight back to the DP World Tour and hit the ground running like he did. The clubs are packed away. The caddy's gone. He's at a train station somewhere miles away. Like, the lads all they were worried about was their flight. There was an air traffic control, like, strike on last night around the Italy area, and they were worried about their flight come home. And then that was it. Like, everything's packed away going. And then these leaders start coming closer, because they were just worried, hopefully that's enough to get us into the Open. Yeah. And they finished. Might be enough, fingers crossed, get a day off. He needs the rest.
Yeah.
And then it just gets better and better and better. And then the TV cameras pop up when he's watching it. Like he's
was so funny.
He's dropping a few F-bombs
when Rosner's power putt goes about 6 feet by, and McKibben's like, Jesus.
Well, jeez, and he's like, oh,
and
sorry.
he's got his open flag on the table.
Yeah, I know, yeah, just
ready to do that,
just teasing him like. But no, it was funny. I thought it was funny then out. So obviously McNeely's literally only back in there to get a courtesy car to go pick him up at the train station, bring him back. He gets on, gets the bib on, rocks straight out. Tom's on the range. I think Tom went to the range without a caddy, like to warm up. His dad was there. McNeely rocks in, then has all that. Then they're on the putting green before they go out, and you could see on the camera Tom realises, shit, I've all my backup clubs in here as well. So he was pulling, like he must have had 16 clubs in the bag. So he's pulling other clubs out and just saying, oh yeah, that's not meant to be there, because he's obviously
packed up and ready to go.
Yeah, and he obviously has some clubs there that he'd use at different weeks, and a different wedge, different 2-iron, whatever he's looking at that top and bottom end of the bag. But yeah, pulling other clubs out and then straight out. Like, I thought Radar summed it up perfectly on the TV when he said, like, this is total free roll of the dice for McKibbin. He's playing with house money here. It doesn't make a difference what he does. He stepped up. He played the playoff hole really well. Like,
yeah, it was
a nice iron down the middle. It was
then
a putt.
He hasn't had a putt for 4 hours almost. Like,
exactly. Like, but you have to tip your hat, credit to Seam.
Yeah.
What he did, how he did it, and how he went about it. But like, all this is doing is scratching an itch for McKibbin. He's going to be back in that position again. Like, he is a dangerous man going into the Open.
He obviously cared, but like, just his demeanour, he looked like he didn't give a damn. He's like, look, I'm in the Open, second place, blah, blah, blah. Look, it's all good here. Yeah. Even though it was a chance to win for the second time on tour. But he showed a real maturity at the US Open, holding that like 10, 15 footer to make the cut. And he's just carried on from that. Like, for 21 years of age, his demeanour on the golf course is really impressive as well.
It's just how he strikes the ball as well. Like, he topped just overall strokes gained this week. Strokes gains approached were really good. Like, I always look at Tom and the strength of his game is his driving, but his iron play actually came right into play this week. He was so good from fairway to green, and his approach shots, especially in that, because it was a bit of a slog the start of the week. He struggles early on, it seems, in rounds. Like, he didn't get off to the best start. He just about made the cut, but always seems to have it in the bag. If there's a question asked him and making the cut, he always just gets there. And then to do what he did at the weekend was just phenomenal, and he's reaping the rewards from it now. And like, he was off this week. I know you were scheduled to go across to the BMW in Germany this week. You're raging you're not getting to board that flight, because we were looking at it going, there's going to be no Irish in the field.
You were looking at it going,
well, I was, yeah. You were ready to rock.
I was going to the Euros.
I never even thought of that, actually. Yeah, you could have went to the Euros. Pretend you're going to the golf on a free ticket with BMW into a courtesy car. Can you take me to Dortmund, please? No. No, but it's interesting.
So just looking at Tom's stats here. His driving accuracy has gone from 77 to 7th. His driving distance, he's actually gone back 10 yards, which is strange enough. His greens in regulation, he's 23rd. He's 4th this year. His putting, though, he's gone from 115th to 24th. And there's your big difference. Yeah. That's what turns your top 25s into your top 10s.
Yeah, it is. I remember last year, even when he won, now he was with a different equipment manufacturer at the time, even when he won, he went and he put, so the week before he won, I think it was, he put a new putter shaft in. He was messing around with the KBS, these sort of multicoloured shafts that you'll see out on tour now. Yes, it's a really, really good offering. It's sort of just a different weight and feel, and he was trying to find a putter head that matched the shaft because he liked the feel of the shaft when he was doing that. But he's got a great package now that he just loves, he trusts.
Great advert for AIB on Sunday.
Yeah, it was, wasn't he? Because he was sitting with that.
Brave.
Just back in Brave. Plug. You're some man.
Me a Bank of Ireland man.
Yeah, I know. We bank with AIB here. We're all good. We've no bother plugging them. Yeah, but it was great to see. It was a turn up for the books, a free wheel of it at the end, and came up just shy in the playoff. But yeah, lots of positives to take from this. I'm sure he's going to sleep for the week. Like, he's wrecked I think that was 6 or 7 weeks in a row he's after doing. And more power to him. Week off, then into the Scottish Open and then the Open.
Yeah, 2 massive weeks. Like 2, you can almost secure his PGA Tour card with 2 good weeks there.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like, and not even wins. Like, if you get top 10 in around the top 15, top 10 in those events, yeah, he pretty much will lock his card up. Because there's not that many events left in the regular season. Like, I know we're 1st of July already. Like, we're kicking on calendar months wise, but
yeah, well, the Scottish Open kicks off what they call the closing swing, and that involves the Scottish, obviously the Open,
Irish
the
Open
Olympics.
and Royal County Down. He'll be licking his chops looking at that as well.
Yeah, that's on the back 9 swing that they're calling it. I don't know, like it's mental stuff altogether here. But no, it's a real opportunity to, first of all, kind of cement your place inside maybe the top 90, top 80 in the world by the end of the year as well, which would be huge. But no, he's really starting to come of age.
Where do you think is his ceiling?
He could do anything he wants.
Yeah,
I'd say so. Yeah.
Is it like it does seem that way?
It's such an impressive way that he's gone about it, because everyone expects if you're the big thing, you're going to do it now. You can't wait till tomorrow. You got to do it now. Where he's just slowly going up the levels all the time, which you almost appreciate it more when people do it like that.
And you still know he's still learning every week. Like, I know he's working with Raflowski up. He's working with Garrett on so many different things. And I remember last year, was it you to come up with me last year to that?
Yeah.
When they were working on, like,
I need to go back.
No, yeah, I need to. Jesus, who are you telling? But the lads I play golf with every week call him McCluskey. When I pull my lob wedge or something out now, oh, here's McCluskey coming out now. I'm like, no, oh, you have totally lost everything that man has ever said to me. So, getting ready for a captain's prize next week, freaking out, panicking,
Trending.
No, not definitely not trending. But yeah, he's like the level of detail that he was going in with Garrett and Gordon from Sleeve Russell up there at the Raflowski Academy. It was just class to see how, like, we take for granted going from week to week to event to different grasses, the different sands, all that. And he just comes out, takes a few videos. If Garrett's not there on site, we'll show him, and Garrett will tell him whatever, section of shots he needs to be focusing on for this week. Oh, this will work well off Bermuda, this will work well off the bent, the ball will react a bit different out of this, try this in the wet sand, try this in the fluffy sand. Like, I know it all seems very standard, but I remember Raflowski saying there was, like, I think there was 96 different shots or something, short game shots that he was going through, and I was saying, like, and how many have you told Tom already? Probably half.
Wow.
Like, it's crazy, and that's only a year and a half ago when we were doing that. But, like, how much Tom has progressed on since then, it's frightening how talented he is and how good he is. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's great to have another player in the top 100 as well.
More the same.
I fear, though, what next year could be like on the DP World Tour. No point in covering it for us.
You can't say that. No, you're going to have Conor Purcell and the lads. They'll kick on.
I hope so.
I hope so. We all hope so. Anything else from the DP World Tour to harp on about?
Not really. Just the last few weeks have kind of shown a trend of just pure and utter tog filling. Honestly, it's such, in so many ways, it's such a bad advert for the DP World Tour, but it's so you can't take your eyes off at the same time.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's exciting, and that's what sport in general. It doesn't have to be the best quality for it to be pure excitement and great entertainment value. Like, I was watching it yesterday, I was like, there's no way Tom McKibbin should even have a sniff of getting in a playoff, never mind winning. Because at one point he was leading on his own. It was absolute bizarre stuff. Like, the standard of golf I was watching was absolutely diabolically bad. It really was. Yeah,
but it is, like you're saying, it's the top end of European golf, and there's so much at stake for these guys, livelihood-wise, career-wise. And they're all at different levels. It seems there's very few of Tom McKibbin's age actually making it through. It's they're all journeymen. A lot of journeyman pros, yeah. It's like, it's mid-30s to mid-40s, those type of guys, and it's their last roll of the dice, and it means so much. Yeah. That they know, if I don't do it now, I'm probably never going to get this chance again. Whereas Tom's coming in going, yeah, if I don't do it this year, I'll do it next year. If I don't do it next year, sure, I'll do it the year after. Yeah. You made a very interesting comment. What if McKibbin doesn't get off this tour? Can we say that?
What did I say?
You text me in the Slack saying if McKibbin doesn't get off this tour with the standard of it this season, he may retire.
Oh, I said that, yeah. Sorry, Tom.
No, that's a good thing about Tom. But no, that's it. Right, moving on. We might as well go to the Women's Am because you were there on site all week. We'll get into the PGA Tour after that. Portmarnock really, it showed its teeth in a lot of areas.
I've never seen wind like it on the Thursday. It was like blowing 60-kilometre gusts. It was just mental stuff. And the standard of golf was really, really good as well. I suppose you better go back to the stroke play. Having 7 go through from the 13 that played is like, that's a really phenomenal achievement.
Better than the lads anyway.
Yeah, but even so, the minute I stepped on site, it just felt so much better than the week before in Ballyliffin. Maybe because Portmarnock is more accessible for a lot of people. But there was good crowds for the stroke play.
The fact that you had to drive 40 minutes rather than 4 hours, I'd say, helped you.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you wouldn't think, I'd never been to an amateur or a women's amateur, and I didn't go to the stroke play in Ballyliffin. So I'm thinking, I'll go up here for a couple of days to Portmarnock. There'd be nobody watching the stroke play because there's not as much jeopardy as the match play. The place was packed.
Yeah.
Really good crowds following, Sarah Byrne, Anna Foster, Emma Fleming, Anya Dunnigan, Kate Lanigan, all the girls. Like, it was really, really good and great to get 7 through. Bit disappointing that only 2 got through to the last 32, but great to see Anna Foster get to a quarterfinal. And again, the crowd that followed her, in not the best of weather conditions either, was really, really good. Half
of Ellen Park was out.
Honestly, there are some fans to travel. You gotta hand it to them. But there was serious drama. Like, you had Sarah Byrne winning on the 19th in the last 64, I think it was. And then in the match behind
She hadn't a birdie in 36 holes or something.
Over 36 holes, yeah.
Until that last hole. What, she held out for birdie on the 18th in the match?
No, that was a par.
For par. Yeah. But then she won the 19th.
Won the 19th with a par.
With a par.
Yeah.
But they were lengthy enough. I know you were recording and stuff. They were lengthy enough putts she was holding.
Yeah, well, I think the one on 18 was about 8 feet, and she had to get it to keep the match alive,
in howling wind.
And then, it was funny, she was 6 down after 8 in her last 32 match with Annabelle Pancake. Never mind not making a birdie, she hadn't made a par at this stage.
At
this point, the wind was just ridiculously bad, and then all of us, there was only maybe 10 people watching at that point. Guess the 12th hole, wins 9, 10, 11, and then a big crowd turns out for the 12th. It's like, we're getting a bit of an Istanbul here. She got the 3 down, and you know what? She lost holes then coming in that she just should never have lost either. So as much as she left herself too much to do, there was kind of a sense, a couple of putts here and there, and it could have been a different story.
She needed Didi Hamann in there to show it up.
Dirk Kaiser.
It was just from the outside looking in. There was great coverage on this on social, the RNA socials. The live scoring was really good, and then the video coverage they were pumping out as well was really good. Like, outside of your own, obviously, Ronan, but no, it was great to see. And then it was unfortunate. It was a bit, I'm not going to say an anti-climax, but it was a bit of a climb down when 5 of the 7 lost in the round of 64. Yeah,
it was. Obviously Sarah won the 19th. Emma Fleming in the match behind her lost on 19, which was a bit dramatic. Annabelle Wilson lost 2 and 1, but she was 4 down through 6. Left herself too much to do. Anya Dunnigan and Beth Coulter were kind of well beaten. And Kate Lanigan beaten 2 and 1. She was a bit unlucky on 17. She got a wicked bounce into a bunker, didn't get out the first time. Like, she was standing on the revetted face trying to play sideways and just couldn't get out.
Yeah.
And then she was 10 yards short of the green, putting for a par, I think. So you're talking about a 35-yard putt here, and it lips out, does a big 180 on the high side. It was just so dramatic, but so heartbreaking for her because she's obviously the local player there. But then you have to say, like, Sarah and Anna Foster flew the flag quite well then for the rest of the week.
Who impresses you most? Like, when we're looking at, I know we talked about it last week about the lads, and we've lost a lot of depth in the amateur game with a lot of the lads turning pro, like the Rob Morans and the guys like that moving on last year. And it does take a year or two to recover. We seem to be at a real purple patch of young women coming through at the top of the amateur game that really could. When you see what Lauren Walsh has done over the last while, we'll get into that in a bit, like what Lauren Walsh nearly did this weekend as well in the pro game. Who impresses you most of our elite amateurs at present in the women's game? Who's the standout for you? Or is there a couple of them that you just think?
There was a couple that I was really impressed with. Sarah Byrne is probably the obvious one, and I've talked about her already, but she hit 12 greens, 12 fairways in her first 12 holes on the second day. Like, it was really, really good stuff to watch. Annabelle Wilson in full flow is really, really good.
She's a little assassin.
Really impressive.
Steely player, isn't she?
And like
really.
she's kind of been off the boil the last 18 months for a couple of different reasons. But like, she's the real deal. And she's getting back to the levels that, saw her play Curtis Cup, saw her get to a US women's amateur semi-final. Like, she's a serious operator. Can do everything.
Yeah. That's it. And Kate Lanigan as well.
Kate Lanigan's, she was really good as well. Like, she was just her match with Lorna McClymont that she lost, and Lorna obviously got to the final. Like, they're half and holes and birdies.
Yeah.
Like, the standard was really, really good, and sometimes you just come out on the wrong side of those matches. Anya Dunnigan didn't have her best stuff, neither did Beth Coulter, really. But Anna Foster is just, she's some woman to get up and down. Like, especially on the back nine. I actually thought she was down all day in her match, in her quarterfinal, and she got back to all square through 10, and she's coming into the period of holes where she'd been doing well all week. Like, she's so unbelievably clutch. Like, the up and down on 19 the night before in her last 16 was unbelievable. Like, I didn't see a lot of putts hold from the Irish players, but I did see her hold by Anna Foster. Like, she's an incredible ball striker, really, really good short game as well, and she has it all too.
Yeah, does she have another year left at Auburn?
No, she graduated.
She's done.
Yeah, she's going to go pro
her
at
and
the end
Sarah
of the year. Yeah,
are graduated and gonna, like, what they're holding out. There's Curtis Cup on the horizon and stuff like that as well, isn't there?
Yeah, and Katrina Matthew was there watching as well. So definitely a couple of Irish would have impressed her.
Yeah, I'd say so, definitely, in those conditions. Anything else from Portmarnock that stood out? Just
a great venue. Yeah. Really, really good. Obviously, we all have the thoughts of them hosting the Open Championship.
The RNA were teasing us as well. Did you see their social media on Twitter? They stuck up a thing, great venue this week at Portmarnock. We'll definitely see you again soon in a little Shamrock.
I was too busy working.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So was I. I was over in Portugal most of last week with TaylorMade, going through all their sort of back end of the season stuff on what they're launching. Some interesting stuff, actually. They're all proto stuff you've seen out on tour already, like with, if you take a close look at Rory's bag top end and the iron that he stuck in before the Masters and stuff like that, and what Nelly has been using in her bag. So yeah, no, really good, interesting stuff. But yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed, like, we've been spoiled the last 2 weeks with between Ballyliffin and Portmarnock on what we've been served up, and it's really nice. Like, you more than pretty much anyone in the country are surrounded by amateur golf more than anything else. It's great to see the amateur game being totally put front and centre, as it has been in the last few weeks, and watch what we have coming through flourish and try and do what they're doing on home soil and not have to jump on an airplane and head off somewhere else to compete in these big, huge events. But yeah, no, it was really good.
Yeah,
Solid.
Palmer Cup this week again, so back down to the hinge.
You sound so happy.
I do, yeah. I'll get into it when I get down
the Palmer Cup will be brilliant. That will be good. That'll be another, like, I don't know, like, it's a massive event, and there's a lot of opportunity. Like, yeah, it's a feeder tour into live at this stage for some of them.
Yeah, genuinely it is. Like, sure, Max and Ryan will have exemptions now into live again. So you're going to see, like, the best college players in the world, and we all know on the PGA Tour, like, how good the college players are. So the minute they turn pro, they're nearly winning the next week. Like, you got, world number one, Gordon Sargent's going to be there. Obviously, we have the 4 Irish. You got some of the best international college players as well that you maybe don't see as often as you would as the Americans. And, it's kind of a different style from the Walker Cup. It's kind of more of a world thing. Yeah. Which will be, really interesting. You'll pick up someone you've never heard of, and maybe in 5 or 6 years you'll remember that name, and you're going to see them win something big. Sure,
it's like when the World Amateur Teams Championships was on here in Carton House in like 2018, I think it was. And I didn't go to that. No, but I was down covering that. Like, Colin Markell was playing for the American team. I remember following him around and, like, within a year and a half, he'd gone on and won a major. Like
that's what you're going to be seeing. Like,
it is what you're going to be seeing. It is the next wave, and it's free. Like, it's the same as Portmarnock that we were saying before. It's free to go out and just go on site and walk one of the best golf courses in the world and see some of the best amateurs in the world that are going to be like some of the top players in the world in the next 3, 4, 5 years. These people are going to be top.
One thing I actually didn't see last week, I didn't see many like children out there, like boys and girls. Just didn't. I thought there would have been more, but there was a sprinkling of them, but not as much as I thought there would have been. Which I kind of, not that I thought was bad or good or weird, it's just kind of an observation.
It's probably not like you need ice cream men to attract the kids.
There was
ice cream vans.
There was, yeah.
Was there?
Yeah.
And there was no kids.
No kids.
Just my kids would have been down there if they knew there was an ice cream van down there. Yeah, no, it was like the Palmer Cup will be good. I'm sure you'd be looking forward to that anyway. Getting down there, getting stuck in. Did you see on the amateur side of things actually on that Max Kennedy? You just mentioned him there.
Yeah.
At the European.
Could have been at the Open.
Oh,
could have been at the Open.
Did you see how close he was? See your man that won it, Tommy Morrison.
Yeah.
Did you see the putts he missed on the 18th?
Yeah.
He had a 4-footer for birdie, and he missed it, and he missed a 3-footer back to get himself into a playoff. And then it gave Max a putt for the outright win on the 18th. Just burned the edge with it. And then I thought it was unusual that they went into an aggregate playoff. It was a three-way playoff, three-hole aggregate playoff. And I think Max posted one under for it. Man
Tommy was 2.
Yeah, it was just like he held a 5-6 footer in the last.
Yeah, it's funny, like when you consider what's on the line as well. A place at the Open, like
massive,
so close,
massive.
It's you'd wonder how you do lift yourself to go to final qualifying on the Tuesday. Like Antoine Rosner's got to do the same now. He lost out in an open place, the same way Max did. But Max played really well at the amateur, even though he was beaten 5-4. I think he was only 1 over for the 14 holes. He just didn't hold a putt. He actually changed his putter for the European Am, and seemed to be doing a lot better. Yeah,
the more golf you play, players like Max come to the fore, don't they? It's like, you're a better player. You play 3, 4, 5 rounds of golf against these guys. The more golf you play, the more the quality just comes to the top. And Max does really seem to be. He is kind of separating himself as one of the
name you're starting to see more regularly.
Yeah, aren't you? And when he gets his chance at the top of bigger events, he always rises his game to the top, sort of way. And he's definitely one to watch. He just has a bit about him. He has that bit of, I don't know, like he has that bit of gold dust about him that you sprinkle. Like he really, he's a solid all around player. Like he doesn't do anything spectacular, but he doesn't do anything.
Because
but there's no weakness.
We had someone play with him in Barton Shield qualifying, and I asked what is he like, and they're like, yeah, he's fine. He's nothing outrageous.
He's just relentlessly good.
Yeah, we're just so good at everything.
Yeah, like, which is annoying. That's Scotty Scheffler stuff, isn't it? At the top of the game.
Like a couple of second places at the East, and then the European Am where he did nothing wrong. So he's up to 53rd in the World Amateur Golf ranking, and the rankings haven't updated yet, so he'll definitely be top 50.
And it's rare for us to get someone into the top 50 of the world rankings, like at any stage. Like, there hasn't been that many.
It doesn't happen too much.
Doesn't.
We've got 3 in the top 100 at the moment, and that's it. Like, Max is our highest ranked player, so he will be top 50.
Yeah. No, it's good. Nothing else in the Am scene?
No. Not yet. Not until
good.
Friday.
Not till the Palmer Cup. PGA Tour. I doubt you got to watch any of this, did you?
Oh, I was golfed out at this stage.
You were done.
I was on the red wine, so I was.
Were you? Good man. Jesus. You struck me as a bag of cans man now rather than the red wine.
I'm transitioning.
Are you? The closer you get to 30.
Beef Wellington and red wine I had
good
on Sunday.
Man. On your own or out with someone?
No, I was out.
Who were you out with?
None of your business.
Don't let her interfere with your game, Ron.
No,
if Niels Conway hears that you're now reneging on your golf game, all this speed you're after adding in,
Anna Foster cost me a session with
for
Niels
some young
the
one.
other night.
Some young one taking you out for beef Wellington and wine, interfering with your golf game. I won't have it.
I just went back to one of the boys' house, and the father had beef Wellington. I had to ask what beef Wellington was.
Beef in a welly boot. You being from Meath.
But Anna cost me a session with Niels there on Thursday.
Oh yeah, because you were booked in.
She held a putt on the 18th, and I was in for 7 o'clock, and this was 6 o'clock now at this time. So the minute she got the putt, I was like, I won't be in. Play off.
Letting the side down for a woman. Letting the side down. There you go. Right, PGA Tour. Cam Davis win out of nowhere. He can't, like, he's having an awful season by his high standards that we've seen over the last couple of seasons, and then just win out of nowhere at the Rocket Mortgage. It's on this golf course as well. This is the second win in this golf course, the second tour win. It was a strange golf tournament, very similar to what it was. I only watch bits of the back nine of this now, but very similar to what you're saying with people coming backwards on the DP World Tour, like we had Aaron Roy and Akshay Bhatia firing
Bhatia,
down the
3-putt in the last.
His only 3-putt of the week,
And his only missed putt from inside 6 feet all week.
like
It shows you what pressure does. Like,
it was. No, but I'm always dubious, like, of a lad with a broom handle. That's one thing about Marcel Siem, you never called him out.
broom handlers were flying there
Weren't
early
they?
on the season.
Yeah, no, they're back again.
Ben An, Siwoo, all winning.
They're all cheating. They're all anchoring. The whole lot of them anchoring. Bernhard Langer called them all out. All the Germans anchor.
Yeah, look,
Come
get
quiet.
the VAR out. Get the VAR.
Yeah, but it was an interesting watch. Like, Bhatia had a really interesting week like that. Earlier on in the week, I'm not sure if you've seen, he hit a drive in this like storm cover in the middle of the fairway, and his ball went down the hole into a manhole. So he had to call a ref out, like, to get free drop. But like, it took them ages to see, is that definitely your ball down there, and blah blah blah. It was a strange week. It was a very strange week on the PGA Tour. But no, it's like, it's just it's. I find it hard to watch these type of events now. There's
just a lack of the big names.
There was no big names in this field, really.
No, like Cam Young, yeah, maybe. Well, not really, because he's not won anything.
My notes had Cam Young with loads of emojis after it, and they're all like rolling around the place laughing.
Yeah,
like,
the usual.
It is the usual stuff he serves up. I don't know what the score is with Cam Young. Like, I don't know, like,
He's a cod.
he's like Ronaldo. He's a god.
But like
Bellingham, he's like Bellingham.
Bellingham, I know. Minwoo Lee is a character, obviously. Aaron Roy, I could love to see him get a win on the PGA Tour.
Tommy Two Gloves.
Yeah, Tommy Two Gloves, like, it's...
How do you wear McWets in like 30 degrees heat?
Yeah, I don't
Detroit?
get it. I was only saying it to someone yesterday. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
But he's really steely, to be fair to him. But again, yeah, look, you're looking at the top 10 there, and real lack of interest.
There was a bit, like, apart from Bhatia, I was watching that hoping Bhatia'd win because he's a chance. Like, that would have been him.
He's always up there.
But that would have been his third win in a calendar year. Like, that's a massive, massive achievement to do at that level. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, I followed him around at the Masters with Lowry, and like, a good breath of wind to blow him over. I'd say he's a 26-inch waist. Yeah. Like, he is tiny. He is tiny.
Like, I didn't even know who won until this morning.
Yeah, well,
there you go.
Golf is your job. Like, you should be. No, but it was a tough watch, but it was interesting at the end, just the way it finished up. But yeah, it was sad to see it end the way it is for Bhatia. But you know, he's going to be back over the next couple of weeks again. He's relentless. Like, his string of top 10s and top finishes are coming more and more to the fore. So, anything else in pro golf?
Do you want to go into a roundup?
Yeah, we might as well.
Well.
Paddy had a major.
He's still going. It's gone to a playoff. This went to a Monday finish. Yeah. So it's Richard Bland and Hideo Fujita. My pronunciation was terrible there, but it didn't really happen for Harrington this week at all. Good
I'd
first
say
day.
he's tired. Like, there's a lot of golf.
It's been a hefty few weeks for him, yeah. Like, winning last week, don't care what level it takes out of you. Would have been nice, because we all think when Harrington's playing a senior major, it's a chance to get an exemption into one of the main 4 majors, because we still all dream that he's going to give us that one more back 9. But yeah, look, it'd be great to see him. He'll be busy now the next few weeks. Obviously played Scottish, the Senior Open Championship, the Open Championship, so he's got a busy stretch of golf ahead of him.
That's an 18-hole playoff today, isn't it? Or is it?
No, it can't be.
No?
We're too old.
They've that changed, so it's just a standard playoff. They just run out of light, like.
Well, yeah, there'll be no shortage of light today with the Monday finish. So it's gone to a playoff now. Richard Bland and Hiroki Fujita.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just says they've played the 18th twice, and they've parred it twice.
Stricker will be pissed off that he didn't finish the job. Like, he had some serious
73.
opening rounds. Like, it was just unlike him in the final round. But now Harrington came out with some interesting comments this week. I don't know if you've seen him talking about Bernard Langer and the stuff like that. He was so interested to hear him saying, like, Bernard Langer at 67 years of age just does not get enough credit for, he said, the best golf, probably one of the best golf wins in living memory was how Langer won the US Senior Open last year, and how he went on, like, how he went about it and how he did it. Harrington was saying, like, I'm pumping, like, I'm swinging the club well off the tee. Langer has to lay back. I'm hitting a wedge into a really tight hole, and Langer's still hitting rescue into the same thing. And he had to, if he missed one shot, the tournament's over. Whereas Harrington could afford to miss, he could afford to play out a rough. Langer couldn't. He said he played a round of golf with him 2 weeks ago, and his son Paddy was walking around front, and Paddy just said to Porrick afterwards, like, I've never seen somebody as good at golf as I have Bernard Langer. He just doesn't miss a shot, and his golf IQ is just off the charts. Paddy, like, it was serious kudos Harrington was giving him, like, Langer, for what he's doing at the age he's at. And, like, he's just back from an ACL thing.
Winning.
He probably would have done more damage if he didn't pick up that. And who's to say he won't come back now? Like, in April next year is his final Masters, and he'll probably make the cut there as well. That's just how good he is. Yeah,
because he's still obviously those past champions are all kind of trying to make the cut. He's still very competitive at doing it.
Oh yeah.
Even though he is hitting driver 3 with some par 4s, like, it's remarkable. Like, and that just comes from your will to compete. Even at 67, he still probably has it more than when he was 27.
No, totally. What else do we have in roundup? Where were we on the Challenge Tour this week?
Challenge Tour, Conor Purcell was going well heading into the weekend, and he got himself right in touch on Saturday, actually, and made 3 bogeys in a row to finish at the Lavodry Golf Challenge. He ended up finishing in a share of 16th place on 7 under. It's back-to-back weekend 72s. You're not getting much bang for your buck when you're finishing 16th on the Challenge Tour, unfortunately. So he remains in 21st place on the road to Mallorca with a top 20 after the grand final, getting DP World Tour cards. So not a week where he lost ground, but certainly a missed opportunity, you definitely have to say. Yeah,
no, definitely. The LET.
This was great, yeah. Lauren Walsh, 64 final round.
I thought she was going to win.
Yeah, clubhouse leader at one stage.
Did you see how she finished? Did you see her back nine, like, on thing? So she posted a Sunday 64.
She had 4 birdies in a row to finish. 5 in the last 6.
She was only 2, standing on the 13th tee box. She's only 2 under for the day. So she's going to shoot, 70. If she pars everything home, she goes birdie, par, birdie, 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 birdie to finish, to come home at 31. Crazy golf, like, just so good. And it seems to be, between her and Tom McKibbin, like, the closer they get to the finish line, the deeper they're going.
Yeah, and she's started to settle really, really well now on the LET. She's really come into her own, like, is getting her top 10s. That's her best finish now, T3. Pocketed over 15 grand as well, which is, not too shabby. 38th now in the money list, and she's 4th in the Rookie of the Year. So she's definitely pushing. And she's into the Aramco series now this week as well, which is obviously huge money events in London.
Yeah, and she's playing really well. I seen Leona and Lisa and Oren Maguire over. They were getting in early. They were in Harry Potter World yesterday. Did you see on her stories on that? It's a good crack. Now that will be a big week for her, because, like, third place. You're gone from third place winning her 100 or 15,000 in the week just gone at the Swiss Open. Third place at the Aramco series get her about 150.
Yeah,
the rest,
absolutely.
And the rest.
But
probably sponsors on the side of her hat as well. She could come out there with like Gulf Saudi or Aramco or something on her hat.
Yeah,
like it's.
But it's great. It's a great opportunity now to test herself in a high class field.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was nice to see. If she wasn't going to win, Alice Hewson as well. Like, it was a big win for her. At the top of her game as well, it was a strange event, but yeah, Lauren just posted that, very similar to Tom, like, posted that score quite early. Came out with like 64, best Sunday scorecard by quite a distance, and did what she did. So now she'll move on. Anything else then on?
Rob Moran was 15th on the Alps Tour, which is pretty good going. He's very consistent on that tour. And then Liam Grehan obviously won the Donegal Pro-Am at the weekend, which I had nothing to do with. All our fantastic coverage was down to Mark.
No, it was good. It was good actually with the stuff on that. So yeah, there's some good scores come out of that. Like Liam kind of separated himself on the second day. It was a 2-day Pro-Am. They've some big events coming up. Like they have a 100 grand Pro-Am coming up in the K Club next week. I think next Monday, Tuesday we'll be out there for our sins covering that. But no, there's some big money events on the Irish PGA circuit coming up, and the Elevon Order of Merit and stuff like that kicking into gear. So no, it's interesting times on the home circuit. Like there's so much golf happening. It is just at every level. Like we could sit here talking for the next, just relentless, like golf, and on other sports as well. Like we're saying the Dubs are out Galway. Like the All Ireland will be on in 3 weeks, the final 4 weeks.
Yeah, then it all dies down then in August and September, I suppose. But it's good to see the Dubs beaten. Did
you watch any other? Did you see Tipperary Miners actually?
No, but I heard about it. I was in the pub on Saturday watching
Jesus, it was
watching the football, but we had to watch it on the small little TV, probably the width of a laptop, like, because everybody else wanted to watch the bloody Miners. God's sake!
It was it was seriously good. What else do we have? Open qualifying is kicking in tomorrow as well, so we've quite a number of Irish going across to the final series. Like a good few of them qualified from County Louth last week.
Yeah, G-Mac is playing.
G-Mac's playing. Did you see actually? Yeah,
Rose and Sergio Garcia are in it as well.
You see who Sergio drew? See who he's playing with?
Is that someone Irish?
Yeah.
Sean Keeley?
No. Only turned pro there. Played in last year's Open.
Alex?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Alex got drawn with Sergio.
Oh, my God. Wow.
So that'll be a good one, yeah. So you may give him a bell.
Yeah.
See what Sergio's like. Now, that'll be interesting. That will be good. I seen he's over on his social media this week. Today, he's over scoping out. I think it's West Lancs or something where he's playing his qualifier. But no, it'll be good. Best of luck to all of them looking to kick on from that and qualify for the Open. Alex has a lot of experience in that anyway. He'd be mad to get back as a pro and learn from what he couldn't do last year, you know?
Yeah, and piece on him now will be in the magazine. He was actually very disappointed not to make the cut last year in Liverpool. So hopefully he can go qualify this time and go one better in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah.
Anything else to cover?
No, I'm ready to go home.
Heroes and villains. Come on, you hate this, man.
I always forget.
Do you want right? Okay, I'll just do them and you can either agree or disagree with me, right? So heroes, even though Tom McKibbin had a great week, you have to put Marcel Siem down as a hero this week. I think, yeah, he faltered on the back nine, but to do it only 4 or 5 starts back after surgery, missing so much golf, and to do it in the fashion that he did it, birdied the 72nd hole, birdied the first playoff hole, just totally shut the door on McKibbin when it was there. I think Marcel Siem does have to get a hero nod for the week.
I have a hero.
Go on.
Joe Biden. I tell you why.
Why?
Because he highlighted how difficult and how draining it is to be the president of America. He said he got his handicap down to 6 when he was the vice president.
That's like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
More. Oh no, he was the vice president. That's donkeys years ago. He wasn't the vice president last time.
Was he not?
No, because Trump was in the last time with Pence.
Oh, Pence in the body.
And before that was Barack. He wasn't Barack Obama's vice president.
But still, you know.
So it's a long time ago he was off 6.
He probably doesn't know.
I'm surprised he can remember.
6.
Yeah, that's so good. I felt so sorry for him in that thing because, like,
it was just a debate of 2 men. One should be in prison, one should be in a home.
Oh God! Right, how do you move on from that? Right, villains.
I kind of had Siem down as a villain, but I don't know.
What?
Why? I wanted Tom to win.
Yeah, so did I, but you can't vilify the man. Like, that's terrible.
You can if you like.
Okay. No, it has to be the lads that wrecked Kildare.
Yeah. Gee, we probably should have talked about that.
You rang up. Like, we can talk about it now for a second, but like for anyone that hasn't seen, like some gobshites drove around. Like this is happening all too often now. Like lads on quad bikes or cars rallying around on golf courses. So Kildare is one of the oldest golf courses in the country. Like, it's out by me in Kildare. It's just, out in the Curragh.
Yeah. Well, this has happened several times.
Yeah.
According to the chairperson, Herbie Wilkins, they live in fear that could happen today, tomorrow, the next day. They've no perimeter. They've no perimeter fence around the golf course. They're the only sports facility or club on the Curragh Plains who doesn't have one, despite constantly applying for one and just being rejected.
That's crazy, isn't it? When you think of all the capital investment support grants that are dished out, you think to protect, it's only 9 holes, isn't it, the Curragh?
Yeah.
So it's not going to take an awful lot of. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? When you think of, I actually don't want to know what you're laughing at. Like, you're sniggering away there.
I can't say it on the podcast.
Sniggering away there. But no, it was like on the villain section. No, it's shocking what happened. Anyone that hasn't seen the videos or photographs, you can check it out on our channel.
Well, it's such double whammy because it's only 9 holes. If you're destroying one green, you're putting 2 holes out of commission.
Yeah.
And this is the busiest period of the season. You got interclub teams, you got your open competitions. You're not going to be able to host other clubs for your interclubs. Visitors are going to be put off going. It's just a disaster.
They love the Pierce Purcell.
Love the Pierce
Damn
Purcell.
lads.
They're going well again.
Are they?
Yeah.
Did he say that to you?
Did, yeah.
When you're on, that's the thing. Because don't they have Christy Roach and lads like that are members out there, like the jockeys. They're all out there. There's a good few of them. Serious handicaps, double handfuls. Good lads. I know they're good. They've always been a competitive club on that, and they've contended for a few national pennants down over the last recent number of years. But no, it's very sad to see a club like that just be totally torn apart, because it'll take them, it's this time of the year, it'll take months and months to grow back, if at all, because it's deep damage they've done to the greens and stuff. So yeah, I don't know if they've fundraisers launched or anything like that, but if anyone does see it, send it our way.
GoFundMe or something.
Yeah, send it our way and we'll definitely support it or look to get it out there to get people to support it. But I think that's a wrap for this week.
That is a wrap.
You look tired, Ronan.
I am tired.
You're just on the road now.
Yeah.
Off up to Lehenge.
Yeah, another weekend gone.
Right, no, cheers for tuning in, everyone. As always, cheers for the sponsorship with Cleveland Shrixon. Do check out your local Cleveland Shrixon stockist for all of their ball offerings on the Shrixon side and wedge offerings on the Cleveland side. We'll be back with more next week as we get closer. We've Rory McIlroy back next week. Be interesting. Scottish Open.
Yeah, God, I actually nearly forgot he existed for the last couple of weeks.
It's probably good. Hopefully he forgot he existed for the last few weeks and he's just been asleep, resting, getting ready for his Troon assault.
Oh, God.
Here we go again.
I nearly wouldn't go.
On the horse one more time. But no, cheers to you for tuning in. And Ronan, cheers as always for joining me in the office. We'll chat to you again next week.